How did Disney not get hit with a copyright claim from Lucasfilm? Toy Story 2, released in 1999 and is directed by John Lasseter, who has also directed such films like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Cars, and Cars 2. And this film is starring the voices of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Don Rickles, Jim Varney, Wallace Shawn, John Ratzenberger, Ann Potts, Estelle Harris, and Kelsey Grammer. Toy Story 2 picks up right where Toy Story left off, and Andy is living his best kid life playing with all of his toys, and the toys are living in nice, peaceful harmony. But when Andy goes away for camp for the summer, Andy's mom comes in and takes away all the games and toys that are broken and tries to sell them at a garage sale. But Woody, being the heroic person that he is, goes out and tries to save as many of the toys as he can, but is stolen in the process by a crafty collector who is looking to ship Woody all the way to Japan with the rest of Woody's Roundup action figures. So now Buzz and the gang are setting off into a journey to save Woody and bring him back to Andy's room. So the first Toy Story is very innovative, establishing this whole universe, this whole society, this whole unwritten rule of toys being toys when they're in the presence of humans, regardless of, like, if they're about to be killed or destroyed or burned or run over. Doesn't matter. If there's a human present, you have to be a toy. And you have to go into toy mode or whatever. The first one establishes all of that. Here, we expand on it, and we look at the broader world of what it means to be a toy. At first, when you think toy, you think of kids, and you think of their room, and think of them playing with their toys, and going on magical adventures in their mind with their toys. But there is a whole other world when it comes to toys, especially when you get into the collecting side of the toy world. And you get to people like me who collect like little pop figures like this. And that's what this film does. It exploits it. It showcases it for everyone of, hey, there are people out there who want toys, but not toys to play with, toys to display or to look at, to get inspiration from when they're doing tasks around the house or when they're working. And how does that make a toy feel when they are stuck in the box on a shelf, just looking out over the vast room or whatever building that they're in, just wanting to be played with, and they're just there on the shelf? Wow, that's really sad. I feel really bad. If I turn the camera around, you would see all the action figure things that I've collected over the years. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all look cool, though. That's the important thing. I'm 34. But this was the first time that the Toy Story franchise kind of branched out and dealt with like real human emotion that a lot of, especially the older generation, have dealt with in their lives, of that rejection or being rejected, losing a loved one, being forgotten by someone. Specifically, I'm talking about the sequence with Jessie and how she had someone, she had her person, she had Emily who would play with her all the time, but then something happened. Emily got older and her interest changed to something else, and Jessie was forgotten and then left on the side of the road to be just thrown away. And you watch that part and you can't help but just shed a couple of tears, because I think all of us have felt like that at one point in our lives, kind of cast aside by someone, whether it was a loved one or a coworker or a friend. At one point or other, you have that sense of loneliness, and to see Jessie, who's an adorable little toy, go through that just brings tears to your frickin' eyes. God! So Woody, being the awesome character that he is, when he's presented with the opportunity of, hey, do I go back to Andy's room, or do I help out Jessie and Bullseye and the Prospector, and being showcased for everyone to look at over in Japan? And of course, he's a great guy. He's gonna say, hey, I'm gonna help you out because, you know, Andy's gonna get old and he's gonna move on and I'm gonna be forgotten eventually. So yeah, Woody's such a great guy, and he's a great guy to a fault. Like, you kind of want to shake him at points, being like, you're too good of a guy. Stop it. It's okay to be selfish, Woody. It's okay to do things for yourself every once in a while. Stop always thinking about the other person. But again, that's what makes him awesome. So, you know, what do I know? And this film also expands on the lore of Buzz Lightyear. We actually have a Buzz Lightyear video game that Rex is playing throughout the film, and Rex is great. Rex is a great freaking little character. The timid, socially awkward T-Rex, when we're so used to films like Jurassic Park and the T-Rex coming in and eating everyone. But here we actually see the showdown between Buzz Lightyear and Emperor Zurg, way before what we're going to be getting this weekend with Lightyear. And I think there was actually a cartoon animated series or a cartoon film that came out attached with this. It was called Buzz Lightyear Star Command, I believe. From what I remember, that was a fun little movie, but it was all really about promoting Toy Story 2. Go out, see Toy Story 2. Even though Disney was like, hey, we want to do this film as direct-to-DVD, and Pixar was like, no, please don't do that. We've worked really hard. Let's release it in theaters. But I mean it, did they get like special a permission to use basically every sound effect from Star Wars? The blaster sound effect, the breathing, the Darth Vader breathing sound effect for Emperor Zurg. What the hell? They even steal the frickin' famous Empire Strikes Back line of "No, I am your father." Yay! At a time when we got sequels that were just not the same as the original. I mean, hell, last week we looked at Jurassic Park, and the first one we talked about was The Lost World Jurassic Park, the sequel to the original from 1993. And yeah, it was fine, but it didn't live up to the magic of the first one. Here, a very rare occurrence where this film at least lived up to the hype of the original and the expectations on the original. Some people may feel it's better. I don't think that it's better for me personally. It kind of felt off here and there, but I mean, that's just little tiny nitpicks. This film is still an enjoyable time. It's a great progression of all of these characters, and we introduce the lore of Woody and Woody's Roundup, and we introduce all the side characters that belong to it, and they're great characters. I love Bullseye, I love Jessie, and getting to see these toys branch out from Andy's room and expand this whole world is freaking great. It's our first introduction to Barbie, and Barbie is fantastic, and I remember her in Toy Story 3, which we'll talk about next time. You have to get her in here. Toy Story 2, it's a delight. It's a great progression of this series. I'm going to give Toy Story 2 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Toy Story 2, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you on the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Toy Story 3. Oh God, I gotta hold back the tears. But in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.